Hey guys, I saw Chris Macri's post about wanting to learn this God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, so I went and bought the music for him. I'm just going to give it to him. And look, let me show you a very simple way to learn music, okay? First of all, buy the music. Go and actually buy it. Don't go to some crappy tab site that it's all going to be wrong. Go get the notation, even if you don't read notation, and get the tab, okay? I was going to theoretically analyze this and break it down, but I got off in the weeds. So, anyway, here's a very simple way to do this. Okay, just keep this in mind. I learned this actually from my Ukrainian piano teacher when I was at Eastman. Here she is, right here, Marina Lamatsov, amazing person. I think she still teaches there actually. So, anyway, she gave me this Mozart piece, and I was complaining to her that it was too difficult. She literally laughed out loud and told me, and I was in college at the time, she laughed out loud and said, I played this for my fourth grade recital. So after the humiliation, she said, you're overthinking this. And she taught me how to break this down, okay? It's very simple. First thing you're going to do is get the music, and you're going to count out how many bars there are. That's why I wrote, they didn't, for whatever reason, put the bars, but usually they'll have how many measures there are, right? In each song. So this 1, 2, 3. Well, let's count the bar lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I wrote 4 here. 5. Here's a bar line. 6, 7, 8. So I wrote 8. Okay. So on and so forth. So I'm like, I wonder how many bars this entire song is. 42. 42 bars. All right. Now, once you know that, now you can chunk it down into milestones. This is what Steve calls project songs, right? So this is a project song. This ain't easy, okay? It's finger picking. It's difficult. And there's all these weird chords, right? B over D sharp, E minor over D, F sharp, A over C sharp, et cetera, et cetera. There's some other little chords in here. Don't get caught up on all of these chord charts. Just follow the music, okay? Like F sharp minor 7, flat 5, okay? Wow, that looks difficult. But look down here, there's only 2 notes. There's 2 notes, okay? F sharp and E. So, here's the technique. It's the simplest thing on earth. Write down how many measures there are in the piece that you want to learn, and then the song you want to learn. And then ask yourself, okay, this entire piece is 42 measures long. Can I learn one bar? I'm using bar and measure interchangeably. Can I learn 1 bar per day? Yes or no? Can I learn 1 bar per day? Okay. Sure you can, right? If you spend an hour just on this, it's an E minor chord, open. Boom. Now there's only, you probably already know an E minor chord, right? So guess what? You already learned the first bar. So now there's 41 bars to learn. Okay. So the point is, there's a couple ways to do this. One is you just go, all right, I'm just going to focus on these 4 bars today. Well, this has 1 note. Well, that seems pretty easy, right? Well, this is an E minor chord, right? That's pretty easy. This is just 1 chord, E minor here. Then this B chord comes up, and it's a little tricky the way it's fingered. But there's other ways to play this chord, okay? Get with your studio instructor if you have specific questions about what I'm going over here, okay? But the point is, take a look. If you just learned these 4 bars today, you've already learned 4 out of the 41 bars, okay? So that's the way you chunk it down. You're like, I'm just going to focus on 1 bar per day. Like maybe you just learned this today. I mean, come on. This and this. These 2 bars. And then maybe tomorrow you go, okay, I already know this. Well, let me work on this kind of tricky fingering thing here, and I'll just focus on these 2 bars. Then you put it together. Okay? But once you chunk it down into measure by measure, now you can focus on just this one piece, not the whole, this one chunk out of the piece or out of the song, not the entire thing. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, now I'm going to give you a pro tip. If you really want to go crazy, this takes a ton of discipline. But I promise you, what happens is people start to learn the beginning of the song and they never actually get to the middle or the end because you keep starting at the beginning and keep playing it over and over and over again. You learn the beginning really great, and then it falls apart at the end. So if you want to avoid that, a really simple way to do it is to learn the song backwards. So instead of starting at measure 1, you're going to start at measure 41, 40, 39. You're going to start at 39 here, okay, or wherever it makes sense for the pickup. But let's just say it's E minor. So you're going to learn here, 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 and here. So you're just going to learn these 5 measures, starting with this E minor thing, okay, and go to the end. Just learn that, measures 38 through 42. Then the next day, come back and learn 35 through 38. Okay, and you stack it going backwards, and that way by the time you get to the end, you can play the entire thing. Now, that technique is a little more difficult. It takes a lot of discipline. Most people don't have that discipline to learn pieces backwards, but at least if you take anything away from this video, just get the music, not from a crappy tab site. Get it from the actual publisher if you can, right? Then count out the measures, write them in, and then dedicate yourself to each day I'm going to learn 1 measure. And then write that down in your practice song. Or I'm going to learn 2 measures today. Okay? If you learn 2 measures per day, this is only going to take you 20 days to learn. Right? Cool. So that's the way you can break down music really easily, measure by measure, step by step.